Yeah, I want to make this video to go over some of my thoughts on the breakout and how it's implemented in today's game. Go into a lot of teams, and just about every team I played on in youth hockey, the first thing the coach taught was the breakout. And what it always was you have a guy there, you have a guy there, you have a guy there, plus the two defensemen down here. And right off the bat, I see a problem with this, with the way this is taught. And this is what I think. And if you're a winger, and specifically, you probably run into this thousands of times, is you're over here on the boards, and your job is pretty much just to pin yourself up against these boards and to be an outlet pass between this defenseman. You're going to get the pass here, and the center's supposed to be flying up here so you can give him the pass. And it never quite works out that way. You got this defenseman here and this high forward here, who both kind of a lot of times will pinch in on you because there's nothing you can do. You're standing still, and a lot of times you're either going to lose the puck, you're going to make a little bit of a hope play up here, hoping to get it to somebody on your team. You're going to have to give it back to the defenseman, or you're going to have to back off to create some room, and it just doesn't work like that. Now, good coaches, when they teach this position, when you're receiving the pass on the boards on the power play, you should not be pinned up against the boards there. You should actually start out the play right around this area, near the center of the ice. Say a defenseman has the puck in this corner. You're going to want to round, make a nice low play. Actually, that's probably not low enough. You want to get nice and low on this curl there to create as much gap between you and this defenseman as possible. This way it's going to dissuade him from actually pinching up on the play, and if he does pinch up on the play, you're going to have plenty of time. Instead of just like getting the puck here and looking up, you're going to have all this time where you're looking up the ice, ready to get the pass, ready to make a move on this defenseman, read the play in front of you, and react accordingly. Anyways, that's one thing you can do to really improve your odds of successfully working on this breakout if you're the guy on the boards. The next thing is the centerman. He's taught to kind of like stay in the center of the ice until he knows which way the breakout's going to go, and then to kind of curl around and support in that direction. And that's generally, it's not a bad idea, but a lot of centermen cheat on this, and they're just going to do a little curl here like this. Like I was saying in my other videos, this is cheating on the dip. You really want to get your dip up there, and you want to get the speed, because the idea in a successful breakout, if you watch successful breakouts, you'll see this quite often, is not to, get a pass up here and then make this guy the only option coming up the ice. That's never going to work, because then they're going to read it. This high guy's going to read it, the defenseman's going to read it, these guys are going to read it, come back and cover the centerman. It's just not going to work on any good team. The idea of the breakout, at least for this first part, is to create speed coming down the ice and create a 2-on-1. You need one of the keys in this pace. It's not actually a 2-on-1. It's going to be a 2-on-2, because we've got one defenseman here, the high forward on the other team, and one defenseman there, and you're going to be coming down the ice, preferably in a 2-on-1 kind of situation. And you need to have more speed than these defenders have. That's going to dramatically improve your odds. If you're going faster than them, then you have the control over the situation, can make the plays and react accordingly. Whereas if you're just, you got this guy standing on the boards and the center cheating this way with no forward momentum, then these guys can read the play perfectly fine. When they get the pass, this paint is so hard to use. when a pass is gotten over here, there's no momentum going forward, and both guys are pretty much covered. So anyways, that's what I'm feeling going on to that. This guy on the far side, say we've got guys breaking out with speed over here, centerman's peeling up that way, full tilt the whole way, hoping to get that pass or to get the play or something going on there. This far player has a lot of freedom as to what he's going to do. He's got the whole ice ahead of him. Nobody's really covering him tightly at this point, so it really depends on the system that your coach wants to play, what you're going to do over here, or what kind of player you are. You can generate even more speed behind the puck by coming around like that, in which case you're another option in case this doesn't work out. It turns it into a 3-on-2 on this side of the ice, and be much more successful for breaking the puck out of the zone. But then if your defenseman's doing his job and jumping up into the play there, the far defenseman, as soon as you reach that's going up, he should be jumping up into that situation with speed, so that's not really necessary. What I think this player's job is to, during this breakout, is to generate as much speed as possible. First of all, of course, these dots are misaligned. Look at that. These dots are wider than those dots. Well, anyways, first of all, you want to get position on these dots. So you're going to do a little bit of a crossover in here. Just get position inside the dots. And then your next objective will be to generate speed going down the ice. So you're going to just go as hard as you can down this way, even if it doesn't look like you're going to get a pass. A lot of players, when they're in this situation, first of all, they won't gain the dots. They'll just go straight up the boards. You'll see this a lot. And maybe they'll go hard for this part, and then realize they're not going to get like a big cross-ice Hail Mary pass. So they kind of they slow down up here and just coast up to the line, and then they'll either stop here or maybe like pull a little turn there. But your job, first of all, is to gain position inside the dots, and then your next job is to generate speed, as much speed as possible going down the ice, even if you're not going to get the pass. You're going down here as hard as you can, and then if you reach this line and you're not going to get the pass, you're going to turn across and go as hard as you can across this line. This does multiple things. First, you're setting a false gap. You're generating speed over here, and you're becoming a threat. You're in a scoring position between the dots. You're coming down really fast. You're going to force these defensemen to think twice. And most of the time, they're going to, almost all the time, if they're good defensemen, they're going to have to come back and respect this. And they're going to be way back here, or at least back here, in this area. You're going to force the defenseman back, and that's going to create the false gap, favorable offensive gap for these guys who are breaking down the ice. And even if you do not get the pass here, you're going to make it easier on these guys. And then after you reach this wall, it creates a whole new set of plays that are going to open up because you're on the strong side of the ice. And if you watched one of my videos earlier, I actually saw a goal occur from this situation. What a coincidence, right? We had guys going strong down the ice here. The other guy, maybe the centerman, cuts off, decides to go this way with speed. You've got these defensemen, if they're doing their job, coming up the ice with speed behind. This creates a third layer of offense. So we've got this right here. Actually, that might be the second layer, since this guy isn't really a scoring threat right now. But the play that we saw in my last video was this player kind of got the puck from this guy, stepped in and took the line, while this player forced the defenseman to create room, forced the defenseman back with his speed entering the zone, which created room for this guy to just gain the line, and he was looking to make a play across to this guy coming in with speed, or in this situation, if the defenseman's doing his job, if that doesn't work out, he's going to force players back, creating room at the line, and the defenseman's going to come in, and that's going to be the guy he hits with speed. Either way, it's a very dangerous play. If that doesn't happen, another thing that could happen if this guy gets the puck and he goes back this way. So this guy's going up the ice. Maybe not that soon. This guy's going up the ice here. The centerman going up the ice there. He gets the puck on the boards, right? And he goes up this way. That will draw the defenseman actually up towards him, most likely. And you've got multiple layers of attack going here with speed behind the puck. And you've already set the false gap, so these guys are kind of standing on the blue line. The defensemen are probably just standing still on the blue line at this point, a lot of them. You can hit him, you can hit him, you can hit this guy, you can hit this defenseman, and any of them should have a good opportunity with the speed that they've generated up to this point to gain the zone cleanly and maintain possession, so you don't need to do any kind of dump and chase. Worst case scenario, if you have a dump and chase coach, I hate dump and chase coaches, but if you are, you're flying down this way, at any point, if your guys run into trouble, they can just throw it up to you, and you can you can knife the puck, and they just throw a nice shot pass up to you, and you just tip it in, and you don't have to worry about icing. But I really don't like that kind of hockey, but if that's what your coach wants, you can do that as well. It's very dynamic, just this path right here, and that's only one example of the paths that you can take to set up situations down the ice and support the breakout. So those are my ideas on the breakout. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not an expert. I'm open to input as well. I'm trying to learn this at the same time. I figured teaching would help me learn it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think